How can you find, collect, and clean data from different sources? Power BI is a tool for making sense of your data. You learn tricks to make data gathering easier. In this module, you'll explore the data-centric features and tools of Power BI and explore ways to find data. My name is Amin Khan and I am a computer engineer and have 10 years of industry experience. By profession, I am a Power BI developer, project manager, and online YouTube instructor. Let's have some overview of Power BI Desktop. Power BI Desktop is a free application for PCs that lets you gather, transform, and visualize your data. In this module, you'll learn how to find and collect data from different sources and how to clean or transform it. You'll also learn tricks to make data gathering easier. Power BI Desktop and the Power BI Service work together. You can create your reports and dashboards in Power BI Desktop and then publish them to the Power BI Service for others to play with it. And right in front of the screen, you can see some of the steps. The following are the tasks that you will complete in this module, like the installation of the Power BI Desktop, launch and explore UI, connect the data, input the data from Excel and Access databases, transform the data, and sign in into the services and publish the dashboard. To download the Power BI Desktop, it is very simple and easy. Just go and install the Power BI Desktop. I'm not going to show you the installation process, but if you need any help, you can ping me anytime by reaching comments or my LinkedIn profile. You can download the Power BI Desktop from the web or as an app from Microsoft Store on the Windows tab. So you can have this Windows Store app with the following link, and you can download from web with the help of this link. To follow along with the examples in the video ahead, download the sample Excel Workbooks and import it into the Power BI Desktop. I have provided all of the Excel database file and the Excel sheet into this link. Go and get those resources to get started with Power BI Desktop. The idea of building and sharing reports is an abstract concept. It will make more sense if you explore Power BI Desktop hands-on. The first step is to launch and explore the user interface. In this unit, you will learn to launch the Power BI Desktop and explore the user interface or Power BI. When you launch Power BI Desktop, the Getting Started dialog box will appear, which provides useful links to forums, blogs, and introductory videos. Let's go towards the Power BI Desktop. I will go to my search and type Power BI. So here you go. You have the introductory screen right away in front of your screen. So on the right hand side, you can see over here we have what's new. From here, you can take a look at what's new and improved in Power BI in this month's update. So month-wise update is being produced over here with the following link. And from the forums, you can visit the Power BI forum to ask questions or interact with other users in the Power BI community. And from here, Power BI blog, you can keep yourself up to date with the latest news, resources, and updates from the Power BI team. And last but not the least, this is the tutorial link. From here, you can go and take the tutorials and understand what is Power BI Desktop, and you can download the samples, you can watch the training videos, and etc. I'm now close this dialog box, but keep the show the screen on startup option selected so that you can explore it later. Now let's explore the report building environment. In Power BI Desktop, you'll begin to build reports in the report view. You'll be working in 5 main areas. Number 1, ribbon that displays common tasks that are associated with reports and visualization. If we go towards our Power BI Desktop screen, so you can see over here, this refers to as the ribbon. And here we have number of items available, like we can input the data, and specifically we can import Excel right in front of here. We have Power BI data sets available. We can connect live connection to the data set in the Power BI service. We have SQL services, enter data. You can create a new table by typing or pasting a new content. We have Dataverse, we have recent resources that is managed recently. We can transform the data, and we have other options as well. And you can see there are some of the options that are disabled right now. So when we work on the visualization in the video ahead, so it will automatically be available. So please, this is my request to see each and every step of this video so you can have the better understanding of the entire options of Power BI desktop. Number second is report view or canvas, where visualizations are created and arranged. You can switch between report, data, and model views by selecting the icons in the left column. If I go over here, so you can see this is the report or the canvas views. Here you can see we have the report view, and you can switch in between the other views as well. This will be called the data view. When we import the data, so all of the tables will represent over here, will view over here, will display over here, so we can transform that data over here. And third one is model view. In this model view, you will have the relationships between the tables, between the different sources. So we can create the relationships, we can delete the relationships. So we will use and we will see in detail in the video ahead. Number three is Pages tab, located along the bottom of the page. This area is where you will select or add a report page. So if you go over here and see right on the bottom, this is called the page 1. If I click to the plus icon, so you can see we have the new page available over here. What we can do with these options, we can duplicate the canvas, we can rename that page, rename that canvas, delete page, and hide page as well. So right now I'm deleting it. And quickly going forward toward the number 4 option, visualization pane, where you can change visualizations, customize colors or axes, apply filters, drag fields, and more. So you can see over here we have this visualization pane over here. We have number of visualization, cards and maps and map trees and pie charts, and there are a number of visualization available over here. So from that we can drag those visualization and put over here. So you can see when we will put the data over here, so it will automatically generate the values in colorful manner. I'll close this options as well. Now fields pane, where query elements and filters can be dragged on the report view or dragged to the filters area of visualization. So here you go, this is the field pane. Right now it is very much clear, clean. When we import the data, all of the tables, fields, values will come over here, and from here we can drag all those values and can put it over here, placed in the canvas view, and also we can put it on the filters as well. Small tip, you can collapse the visualization fields and this field pane and filters to provide more space in the report, or you can see a canvas view. Connecting to the data sources. Power BI desktop connects to many types of data sources, including local databases, worksheets, and data on cloud services. Sometimes when you get the data, it's not quite as structured or clean as you want it to be. To structure data, you can transform it, meaning that you can split and rename columns, change data types, and create relationship between columns, etc. In this unit, you'll learn how to connect to data and import data into Power BI desktop. Now choosing data to import, you can import from the Excel Workbooks, you can import from the Access database, and there are a number of options available. Let's go and check right away. I will close this visualization right now, remove it. When you start Power BI desktop, you can choose Get Data from the ribbon on the Home tab. You can connect Power BI Desktop to many types of data sources, including on-premises databases, Microsoft Excel Workbooks, and cloud services. Currently, there are about 60 Power BI specific connectors to cloud services such as GitHub and Marketo. You can also connect to generic sources through XML, CSVs, text, and ODBC. Power BI will even extract tabular data directly from a website URL. In Power BI Desktop, several types of data sources are available. Select a source to establish a connection. Depending on your selection, you'll be asked to find the source on your computer or network. You might be prompted to sign in to a service to authenticate your request. Now we will choose the data. I will copy the source and go back to file name and select the Excel file and open it. So here you go. After connecting, the first window that you are seeing over here is the navigator. Navigator window displays the tables or entities of your data source, and selecting a table or entity gives you a preview. So here you go. You can have the preview of the content on the right side. You can then import your selected tables or entities immediately by selecting this load button, or you can select transform the data and clean your data before importing. After you have selected the table that you like to bring into Power BI Desktop, select the load button. You might want to make changes to those tables before you load them. For example, if you only want a subset of customers or a specific country or region, select transform button and filter data before loading. And no matter what type of data you need, you are likely to find a way to import into a Power BI Desktop. So our next topic is transformations and the Power Query Editor. So I will not load the data right now. I will click to the transform data. So the data has been loaded into Power Query Editor. So you can see likely you have used Microsoft Excel to create or views reports or to build pie charts or other visuals. Getting your Excel data into Power BI is a straightforward and simple process. Make sure that each column has a good name in the Excel. It will make it easier for you to find the data that you want when creating your reports in Power BI. So let's discuss what is Power Query Editor. After loading your data into Power Query Editor, you'll see the following screen. Number 1, in the ribbon, the active buttons enable you to interact with the data in the query. So this is called the ribbon in front of you. And those buttons that are active, you can play with it and you can apply all the options in the tables over here. Number 2 is on the left pane, the queries, one for each table or entity, are listed here and available for selecting, viewing, and shaping. On the center pane, the data from the selected query is displayed and available for shaping. And number 4, the query settings window lists the query's properties and applied steps. On the center pane, right-clicking a column displays the available transformations. Examples like of the available transformation include removing the other columns and duplicating columns, changing the type of the data, and removing errors and removing duplicates. From this menu, you can also split text columns into multiples by column delimiters as well. So there are a number of options available. Now if you go to the Transform tab, the Power Query Editor ribbon contains additional tools that can help you change the data type of columns, add scientific calculations, or extract elements from dates such as day of the week. So all of the types and data and the options are available over here. You can play with it. Now if you go back to the applied steps, as you apply transformations, each step appears in the applied steps list on the query settings pane. You can use this list to undo or review specific changes or even change the name of a step. To save your transformations, Select Home and hit Close and Apply. Power Query Editor applies the query changes and applies them to the Power BI desktop. So here you go, you have the sheet 1 available in front of you. Combine data from multiple sources. With Power BI Desktop, you can use the Power Query Editor tools to combine data from multiple sources into a single report. In this unit, you will combine data from different sources by using Query Editor. To add more sources into existing report, from the Home ribbon, select the Transform Data and then select a new source. You can use many potential data sources in Power BI Desktop, including folders. By connecting to a folder, you can import data from multiple Excel or CSV files at once. Now if we talk about some filters over here, Power Query Editor allows you to apply filters to your data. For example, selecting the drop-down arrow next to a column opens a checklist of text filters. Clearing a filter allows you to remove values from your model before the data is loaded into Power BI. So you can select all of the values, or you can deselect any one of the here. You can remove the empty. You can sort by ascending and descending as well. Let's understand what is merge and append queries. You can also merge and append queries. In other words, Power BI pulls data that you select from multiple tables or various files into a single table. Use the Append Queries tools to add the data from a new table to an existing query. Power BI Desktop attempts to match the columns in your queries, which you can then adjust as necessary in Power Query Editor. You can write customized queries as well. You can use the Add Custom Column tool to write new customized query expressions by using the powerful M language. You can see my other videos for adding calculated columns for better understandings. The links are in the description below.